Hello students, as in previous video lecture, I was discussed about the process of controlling. As you know, there are mainly 5 stages that are to be followed in the function of controlling. As also you learned about the meaning of controlling. What it means? Controlling means measuring the actual performance and comparing the actual performance with the predetermined standards, identifying the deviations if any. Based on that, we are going to take corrective actions. That is called controlling. So it is the last but not least function of management. Means in this word only you have to identify the importance of controlling. Controlling is the last but not least function of management. Means this word stress on the importance or advantages of the function of controlling. Therefore, the controlling is one of the major function that are to be performed in the system of management. Now in this class, I will going to discuss about the advantages of the function of controlling. So advantages are nothing but benefits or merits, or in easier way we call it as importance of controlling. The managers at a different level, why they need to perform the function of controlling, why it is to be performed, what are the benefits that an organization gets by performing the function of controlling. Means there are mainly 6 advantages that an organization can get by performing the function of controlling. Let us discuss each and every importance or advantage. The first advantage is accomplishment of organizational goals. Here accomplishment is nothing but achievement of organizational goals, where the function of controlling is going to ensure the work is going on as per the plans which is predetermined by the management or not. That is going to be ensured with the function of controlling. So therefore, the first advantage of controlling is accomplishment of organizational goals, where the function of controlling regularly monitor, regularly supervise the work in progress. It ensures all the department, all the employees and the entire operations in the organization are to be performing as per the plans or not. It get the assurance based on that if any changes are required, means it makes certain changes, it assists in taking decision and action. By that it ensures the organizational goals are to be achieved or realized. That is why to achieve the goals of the enterprise on time means the controlling is to be required. That is the first advantage of controlling. Then second, judging accuracy of standard. So here there should be an reliability in setting the standard. As you know, standard means standard, it's nothing but a target which is to be set by the superiors in the organization. So when the superiors are set the target for department, target for individual worker, and target for entire organization, means the controlling function, it ensures that whether the standard which is fixed by the management is in real manner or not. So say for example, there are mainly 10 workers. There are only 10 workers, but the company has gave a target of manufacturing 1 lakh units in a month. Would you feel by using 10 workers, shall we able to manufacture 1 lakh units of product in a month? No, it's a little bit difficult, because the real situation is we have only 10 workers, but the actual time given for completing the target is only 1 month. By using the available resources, we can't able to achieve the target. So it is not as per real situation. So therefore, the controlling, what it does a action that whatever the standard or target which is fixed by the management and superiors, those are to be really applicable to the present situation. Whether the standard is suitable to the ability and competency of individual employee, whether they can able to meet the target. So they have to analyze. While analyzing that, the controlling function judges accuracy of the target which is going to fixed by the management. That is the second advantage. Then third comes making efficient use of resources. Efficient means what? Already you know the meaning of efficiency. Efficiency means completing the task with minimum cost and without making any wastage of resources. That is called efficiency. So in controlling also, we can able to utilize all the available resources in an efficient manner, because in controlling there will be a regular supervision, regular monitoring of the performance which is going to be done by the employee day to day. So there is a strict monitoring of performance, there is a continuous evaluation of work in progress which is done by the employees. So at that time it ensures that the resources are does not making any waste. The resources are very precious. Those are to be used by the employees in a proper way without making any wastage. Sometimes it also going to give some instructions and suggestions that how to utilize the resources. By continuous monitoring, by continuous evaluation, by continuous supervision, the resources are to be used properly and there is no wastage of resources. By that we can ensure that resources are used in an effective and efficient way. That is the third advantage. Then fourth comes improving employee motivation. Motivation means, what is motivation? Just do revise. There are certain which will come in various concept. Those are already you learned in previous chapters. Motivation means it is an psychological technique of inspiring or stimulating the employees to do the work in a better way as of their capabilities. That is called motivation. So you may get a doubt that, sir, we learned about the concept of motivation in the directing chapter, but how it comes in the chapter of controlling? What is the relativity? Keep remember, already I told you that all the functions of management are interrelated. In first chapter I have drawn a star diagram while explaining the function of management. So all the functions are interrelated and interdependent. So how it improves employee motivation means, in controlling, so we are already set the target. Already we set the target means employee know what to perform. Employee know what to perform. So if they perform the work accurately means they will going to get the amount which is specified by the management. Say for example, if employee has manufactured 10,000 units means they may going to get the salary of 20,000. If employee has manufactured or worker manufactured 10,000 units means they will going to get 20,000 of remuneration. But if the employee has manufactured 12,000 units means they will going to get the salary of 25,000. When the company set the target well in advance and that is to be disclosed to all the workers means the worker is going to feel that if I manufactured 10,000 I will get 20,000 of salary or remuneration. So if I work more in the organization, if I spent more time in working of the enterprise means I will going to get 25,000. Why not? I will going to work more, I will going to spend more time, or I will going to invest much time and effort in manufacturing more quantity goods. At that time they will get the more salary. Like this method is going to improve the employee motivation. So the employee got inspired. If I work so more in the organization, I will get some benefits. For that they are going to work more in the organization. So when they are producing more quantity goods, automatically our sales is get increased. Hence the profit margin or the level of profit is also get rise up. That is why where the controlling is also going to help in improving employee motivation. That is the fourth advantage. Then fifth is ensuring order and discipline. Ensuring order and discipline. Ensuring order and discipline. So where with the help of controlling, a management can create a good atmosphere of order and discipline among the employees who are working at the enterprise. How we can ensure order and discipline? So where the controlling is going to make close checking of or close observation of the performance, their attitudes, behaviors towards an organization while doing the work. So by keeping close check on the employees' performance at the working place, they are going to ensure whether the workers are performing the work as per the instruction given by the superior, and whether all the employees are following the rules and regulations of the organization or not. That can be observed and that can be ensured with the help of the controlling function only. So what the controlling does? The controlling function closely observe, closely monitor, closely check the performance of all the employees and workers, and they are going to evaluate and observe the attitude, behavior and their reactions at the working place. By that, they are going to ensure the order and also discipline among the employees. Discipline is nothing but like obeying the rules and regulations, following the procedures and creating a good working environment with an organization. That is about the fifth advantage, ensuring order and discipline. Then last but not least, that is facilitating coordination in action. So the ultimate aim of coordination is to create a unity in action. So already in first chapter you learned about the meaning of coordination. What is coordination? Just revise. Already I told that there are certain words will come repeat and repeat. You must perfect in explaining the meaning. Coordination means it is an process of combining, unifying, integrating, synchronizing the efforts of all the department. By that, they are going to work towards achieving organizational goals or objectives. That is called coordination. So where with the help of controlling, each and every department, they know what is their work and what is their target. For example, the company made a plan to manufacture 1 lakh units, means at that time the purchase department must purchase required raw materials, and finance department must make arrangement of finance which is required for manufacturing target units, and HR manager or HR department, they are going to estimate number of workers and supervisors required to monitor and check the progress of production. So like that, the automatically work is to be distributed among the various department. So when all these department combinedly work together, they can ensure achieving target standards. Say for example, purchase manager will not speak with financial manager, and the financial manager is not going to speak with HR manager, means the objectives will not be achieved. Therefore, with the help of controlling, so they are going to monitor the performance of all the department. They are going to regularly get the report about progress of work. By that, by creating unity, they are going to ensure achieving the goals. Therefore, with the help of controlling, we can facilitate coordination in action. So all these 6 points which indicates the importance or advantages of controlling. So I think all of you may thought that, sir, controlling is the last function. So almost there is only major work that checking the performance. Based on that, they are going to pay the remuneration like salary or wages, bonus, etc. But without controlling, there is no work is to be completed. So if the planning is to be ensured how it achieved the goals, means we require the function of controlling. So therefore, planning and controlling are referred as two faces of a single coin or management. This is all about today's class, that is advantages of controlling. There are mainly 6 advantages of controlling. Thank you.